Hey everyone, I'm Jeff McGinnis at Cross Country Mortgage, and I want to introduce you to a man I've known for well over a decade now, right, Anthony?
Yeah.
It's he's got the gray beard, I got the gray hair to prove it. This is awesome to have you on an interview like this. So I wanna honor your time and thank you. Everybody meet Anthony Iacobucci of National Credit Care. He's helped out a lot of my clients with credit remediation and optimization. And the question for today, Anthony, is what, you guys do this all day, every day.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about some basic self-care, like do's and don'ts for optimizing people's credit.
Sure. There's definitely a lot of things that a consumer can do to maximize their credit score before sitting down with a mortgage professional like yourself. Some of them will be pretty obvious, other will be technical, but I'd like to reiterate them now because oftentimes most people are not sitting down with you prior to them starting to do their own sort of credit, clean up their credit health. I think the first and foremost is maintaining on-time payments. It very much seems obvious, but the impact of a 30-day late payment oftentimes can damage your credit score 60, 70, sometimes 100 points. So paying things on time is huge. The second, and we'll get into this a little bit further, is going to be the debt utilization on outstanding revolving accounts. A lot of times people think it is a cumulative amount of debt, i.e. how many credit cards I have, the total balances, and the total amount I owe. A great way to maximize your score the fastest is attacking some of the smaller credit cards. The algorithm approved by Fannie and Freddie, specific for mortgage lending, scores each card individually. So it's actually an easy way to grab some extra points on your FICO score by attacking maybe that $500 credit card rather than that $5,000 credit card.
Got it.
Attacking the small credit card balances.
Great tip. Great tip.
And then third is you want to maintain open accounts. Closing some of these accounts, I've seen a lot of consumers do it, saying, hey, before I sit down with the McGinnis team at Cross Country, I'm going to pay off my car loan, or I'm going to close all these credit cards that I have open because I want to go to them with a balance sheet that is zero. That actually has a huge detriment to the credit score. Length of history is such a substantial component. By closing these accounts, you're simply not going to be able to see any points because the accounts are now closed. So a lot of people are compromising the length of history by closing a lot of these accounts.
Got it. So you're basically flexing your credit muscle by keeping them on board for a length of time.
Exactly.
Cool. Anything else you can
add? And there's some big no-nos.
The don'ts.
The don'ts. Paying open collection accounts. You do not want to pay open active collection accounts. First base of any transaction, Jeff, it's not going to be a down payment. It's not going to be maybe doing a rent to own or getting a gift from a family member. It's, do you have the credit score? Minimizing your credit score minimizing credit score happens when you're paying open outstanding collections. The damage has already been done. Your score has already been compromised by that derogatory account hitting your credit profile. Going back and paying on this open collection account, well, simply, that's going to drop your score because of this. The algorithm does not pick up monetary debt. A collection is a collection is a collection. A $10,000 collection and a $0 paid collection will both adversely affect the score at the same rate. So by going and paying outstanding collection accounts, the date of last activity is compromised, it becomes current, and the consumer's credit score drops. So we want to avoid paying open collections before the pre-approval process starts.
Got it. So let's just say, you go ahead and pay off a collection. What's the impact, just to kind of underscore the don't?
Sure. Quite frankly, it all varies because derogatory accounts are weighted differently on an accumulation of that information. So some person may have the same derogatory account as somebody else. However, one person has 100 derogatory accounts and this person may just have one. The impact is going to be substantially greater because it's all on net derogatory information. That one account is under a microscope rather than the person conversely that has 100. So it varies too much to give you a definitive answer on that.
Got it. So a nice segue to a good consultation with your team to really unpack what is going to be most effective for the individual, since this is dynamic.
Sure. I think that sitting down with a professional like professionals that I have on my team here at National Credit Care is imperative to jumpstart the home buying process.
Okay.
Oftentimes there's a lot of misinformation on the internet, a lot of misinformation out there. Everything we read on the internet, it's got to be right. Everything that we see on TV must be right. Unfortunately, people are shooting themselves in the foot before they even get to you, or before we even run credit on them. And there might be little things that they could have avoided that they wouldn't all of a sudden put themselves out 90 days, 6 months from lending because they shut down accounts. Or another biggie that happens is the inquiry impact. Oftentimes people want to get a shiny new car to put in the driveway of a house that they haven't been pre-approved for yet. And they go car shopping and they take 7, 8, 9, 10 inquiries in a day. You can lose anywhere from 2 to 5 points on a hard inquiry, which is going to be in the mortgage industry, credit card industry, where it's a huge detriment is going to be the car industry, where you can have your credit really shotgunned around town to find you the best rate, and people lose 30, 40 points a month.
Because it's cumulative. Every pull equals one more 2 to 5 point ding. Okay.
Exactly. There are no shopping windows in the auto industry. Again, and I think that's a huge misconception out there.
Got it. Okay. Any other don'ts?
I would avoid debt consolidation. It kind of touches upon the fact that we discuss paying collections. I think debt consolidation is a fine program for folks that are not in the midst of the home buying process.
Got it.
If you have an accumulation of debt and you cannot pay it or settle it, debt consolidation will consolidate all those outstanding debts, and you make one lump sum payment month in and month out. Every time you're making a payment in debt consolidation, your score drops. So until you're done finishing that program, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be a good fit for the home buying process because your credit score will be compromised to the completion of that program.
Got it. Okay. So I made some notes here just on my high-tech note-taking thing. So
I'm surprised you don't have an iPad over there.
Right? Yeah. I do. I just don't use it here.
Yeah.
But so don't do debt consolidation. Don't pay off collections.
And do not close established accounts.
Don't close accounts. Don't buy a car.
Don't buy a car.
Got it. And then our dues were
make on-time payments.
Make on-time payments.
Debt utilization, you want to have it below 30%.
30%.
Your balance to limit ratios per credit card. Optimal, Jeff, is going to be 10%. But where you start hemorrhaging points is going to be greater than 30% balances.
Got it. Okay. And then what was our other due?
Maintaining good open accounts. You want to have a nice blend of having installments, i.e. student loans, cars, credit cards. American Express is another account. It's scored differently. I'm not going to advise your clients to go out there and purchase a car to get a good blend, but you want to have a nice mix of various accounts and have the open and have the well-established ones open, active, and current. That's actually a good point that you brought up. Make sure that you are maintaining usage on these credit cards. A lot of times people just sit on them and they go dormant. You will not get the payment history. So you will have to simply put a cup of coffee on it. Hook up your Netflix account or Hulu if you're not used to using a lot of credit cards. Because nowadays there's so many great benefits with credit cards, i.e. 0% transactions. Frequent flyer miles if we ever start traveling again, that kind of stuff. A lot of people are shifting over to these new fancy cards. Keep the older ones open, established, hook them up to something that is subscription based, a gym membership, Netflix, Amazon. You don't have to walk around with it in your wallet every day, but as long as you get one charge a month, you're going to be maximizing that length of history and maintaining a high credit score throughout that home buying process.
Right on. Anthony, this is awesome. This is very comprehensive. And I really, really appreciate you hopping on a Zoom call with me and doing this recording. So for anybody that really needs a consult, let me just show you real quick how to do this. And the link will be in this video. But basically, you go to this link. The person that referred you is me, Jeff McGinnis. And you put in your name, your email address, your phone number, your best time to call. And a pro at National Credit Care will call you. Really quick. The turnaround time is very, very quick from what I understand from my own experience in referring people to you over the last decade plus. And then decide for yourself if it's a good fit. They'll give you all kinds of great advice. But just to let you know, in this credit series, I'm going to chunk this down a little bit. This is like the extendo version of our talk today, but we'll have more with Anthony as well with little bite-sized chunks and tips and pro tips. All right, bud. Hey, thank you so much.
Much appreciated.
You
Thank you
hopping
so
on.
much.
Talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Thank you. Take care.